organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, we take a look at how the University of Iowa celebrated Henry Tippy's 85th birthday.
And find out why a former UI student's attempted murder trial won't happen in Iowa City.
And in sports, the Iowa women's basketball team was playing their third-ranked opponent in as many games, but did they finally come away with a win?
That's all coming your way next, right here on Daily Iowan TV.
From Studio 151, your television news, sports, and weather source for the Daily Iowan, this is Daily Iowan TV.
Thanks for tuning in to your Sunday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Jessica Wank.
And I'm John Dedcott. Longtime UI benefactor Henry Tippy celebrated his 85th birthday over the weekend. Students and staff gathered for a party, and even Sally Mason was on hand to have some fun and do a little dancing for the UI Business School's namesake. Daily Iowan TV's Jordan Slack gives us a recap of the event.
On Friday, January 27th, the University of Iowa Tippy College of Business hosted an 85th birthday party for esteemed alum Henry Tippy. Tippy was an accounting graduate of the College of Business here at the University of Iowa and has been an avid supporter of the college for years. And the best part of the celebration? A surprise flash mob in honor of Mr. Tippy's birthday. The flash mob consisted of many participants such as dance and business students and even University of Iowa President Sally Mason. University of Iowa dance and business major Marisha Johnson choreographed the dance in honor of Mr. Tippy.
I choreographed it. I met with students a couple practices. We talked about like how they're gonna video it and stuff like that. Who's gonna be involved.
Barbara Thomas, the External Relations Director for the Tippy College of Business, was the mastermind behind the event.
It's my job to make Henry feel happy, to celebrate his birthday, and to figure out how to do it. So 5 years ago, when he turned 80, we did a trivia contest and a big party, and then this year we knew we needed to do something, but something different.
And with Henry Tippy being such an inspiration to all business students, it's only fit that his birthday go out with a bang. Jordan Slack, Daily Iowan TV.
After serving in the Air Force, Tippy attended the University of Iowa through the GI Bill and went on to be an accountant. Henry Tippy made a significant donation to the College of Business in 1999, and the college was renamed the Henry B. Tippy College of Business in his honor.
A former UI student attempted murder trial will be moved to Tama County. 20-year-old Brandon Plummer is accused of beating up an Iowa City police officer in November. Plummer allegedly fled from the scene, but authorities charged him after they circulated a photo of the suspect around Iowa City. Plummer's attorneys pushed to have the trial moved from Johnson County because they said the media coverage the case has received would make it difficult for him to get a fair trial. A local judge agreed, sending the case to Tama County. Plummer's trial is set to begin in February, but that date will likely be pushed back.
Police say a local man tried to steal medicine from a pharmacy. North Liberty police say Benjamin Cooper broke into Liberty Pharmacy last week. Police allegedly saw snow tracks leading them from the pharmacy to Cooper's residence, where authorities say Cooper admitted to stealing the drugs. Cooper could face up to 5 years in prison and a fine of up to $7,500.
More to come on Daily Iowan TV. Learn how some University of Iowa students are spreading human rights awareness.
And in sports, Iowa wrestling is rarely an underdog, but the Hawkeyes faced a higher-ranked Minnesota team today at Carver as they tried to snap a two-game losing skid. But first, let's check in with Daily Iowan TV's Muriel Kone to see if we have any warmer temperatures to look forward to in this week ahead. Muriel?
Well, John, it seems like the warm weather from last week will stick around, but if you are heading out later tonight, expect a 20% chance of rain with a low of 25 degrees. On Monday, we will see a high of 51 degrees during much of the day with partly cloudy skies, but temperatures will drop down to 40 degrees overnight. Looking forward to the rest of the week, on Tuesday morning, the day will start off fairly cool, but temperatures will get up to 52 degrees by the afternoon. Expect a 20% chance of rain on Tuesday night, and temps will be around 45 on Wednesday and Thursday, with lows in the upper 20s. Also, expect a few snow showers on Friday, with mostly cloudy skies and highs in the upper 30s for both Friday and Saturday. So make sure to get out and enjoy the nice weather while we have it. John, back to you.
Thanks, Muriel. And now Daily Iowan TV's Ian Martin is back with us in the studio for a look at Hawkeye sports. Ian?
The Iowa wrestling team has faced many ranked opponents this season, but no meet this year was as important as their match against border rival Minnesota on Sunday. Would Iowa be able to slow down their, by their standards, poor spiraling season with a huge win against the Gophers, or would Iowa lose 3 straight? Daily Iowan TV Sports' Nick Robertson was at Carver for the big duel.
The belt was up for grabs in Carver Hawkeye Arena in this year's border brawl between Iowa and Minnesota. The Hawks needed some huge wins if they wanted to walk away victorious in this one, and Hawk fans didn't have to wait long for their first big match between Iowa's number 2 Matt McDonough and Gophers' Zach Sanders, who was rated number 1 in the nation. McDonough ended up taking the match, giving Iowa some much-needed points. Hawks then took 2 more matches by way of Tony Ramos and Montel Marion, giving them a great lead going into intermission. But the story of the night was freshman Mike Evans getting the pin over Alec Ortiz. That would give the Hawks a substantial lead and would more importantly give them some breathing room, which was the difference as Iowa dropped their last 4 matches but held on to win the meet and the belt. Nick Robertson, Daily Iowan TV, Sports.
The Hawkeyes will finish their regular season this Sunday in Carver against Wisconsin. The Iowa women's basketball team has had a back-and-forth record waiting to get a win over a top-ranked team. Over the weekend, they faced off against another one, 13th-ranked Purdue, and knew that this was their chance to get a crucial win. Both teams struggled in the first half to find the basket, causing the score to be low, 23-21, in favor of Iowa. For the second half, though, Coach Lisa Bluter, after showing a little anger at the referee, decided to use some of her talent off the bench, which turned up the tempo for the Hawkeyes. Off-the-bench players Virginia Johnson and redshirted sophomore Tiara Taylor broke in the rim for their team and played some tremendous defense to spark the game. The Hawkeyes slowly pulled ahead, creating a huge upset in Carver, defeating Purdue 59-42. This gave the Boilermakers their first Big Ten loss, and for the Hawks, their first win over a ranked team this season. And following the game, Coach Lisa Bluter could not be happier with her team's performance.
It's funny, we won, I think, in 3 areas you probably went to pick us a month ago to win on: rebounds, defense, and our bench. And I'm extremely happy for Virginia, coming in and playing that well. Thiera, nobody deserves it more than Thiera. But I'm just extremely happy for our team, and we're going to enjoy this one.
Now, Bluter's team will continue their battle to get off the bubble and into the NCAA tournament by facing Wisconsin on the road this Thursday. $1 million. That's how much Iowa football has pledged to give the University of Iowa's Hospital and Clinic's new children's facility. The pledge is a 5-year commitment that came out last week, with the money coming from the program's annual Ladies Football Academy held in June. Last year, the event, which offers women the chance to play in Kinnick and tour the stadium, raised over $150,000. The pledge will be dispersed over a 5-year period, and the new children's hospital is scheduled to open in 2016. That's all for sports. Back to you guys, John and Jess.
Thanks, Ian. Bike enthusiasts are already gearing up for RAGBRAI, the annual bike trip across Iowa. This weekend, officials announced the list of overnight towns. The ride will begin in Sioux City on July 21st, with bikers passing through Cedar Rapids on July 26th. The 471-mile tour ends in Clinton on July 28th.
Here in the United States, we often take our liberty for granted, but in many parts of the world, basic human rights are far from guaranteed. Daily Iowan TV's Adrian Crossley tells us how some UI students came together to try and end human rights abuses worldwide.
Students of many backgrounds shed light on issues that are often ignored on a global scale. Many human rights organizations on the University of Iowa campus, like the Model United Nations and LINK, invited students and community members to join on the Pentacrest for a candlelight vigil on Thursday evening to commemorate the individuals who have suffered violation of their human rights. These issues of labor abuses, religious and gender discrimination were just a few of the topics that these groups hope to bring to people's awareness.
Even in this day and age where we're supposed to be so progressed, we're supposed to be so civilized, human rights abuses occur in every country, under every government, against every type of person. And that's what the vigil represented today.
As participants burn their candles and brave the harsh winds of that January night, the representatives of these organizations read off the names of the numerous people who have been killed, battered, or exiled because of a change in their religious beliefs, the inability to satisfy their employers, or simply things beyond their control, like gender.
I think it was definitely very meaningful and significant to see members from the university come together as a whole to show support for human rights.
The vigil happened to coincide with the UI's MLK Human Rights Week. The events sponsored by the UI were geared toward service and improving social issues. Adrian Crossley, Daily Iowan TV.
Because human rights issues can be difficult to talk about, organizers say events like this one are critical for raising awareness in the community.
With the Super Bowl just 1 week away, Patriot fans gathered inside Gillette Stadium early this morning for the Super Bowl send-off rally. Despite freezing temperatures, fans still came out to show their support. The Patriots will take on the New York Giants next Sunday for the championship title.
And officials are still cleaning up after the mess Occupy Oakland protesters made when they damaged several city buildings Saturday night. Police arrested hundreds of demonstrators after they broke into several buildings and caused widespread destruction. Though tear gas and flashbang grenades were used to break up the crowds, at least 3 officers were injured and 1 protester was reported hurt.
And a Norwegian UN official is in safe hands tonight after being kidnapped by a gunman in Yemen last week. The 34-year-old man was a part of the team of observers scheduled to oversee Yemen's presidential elections in February. Though it's unclear whether Yemen struck a deal with the gunman to have him released, officials say his kidnappers were demanding the release of one of their jailed tribal leaders.
One Iowa woman is getting a lot of attention tonight after giving birth to what may be the largest child ever delivered naturally. After 6 hours of pushing at Mercy Hospital, the woman gave birth to Asher, who weighed in at a whopping 13 pounds and 12 ounces. Though babies of that size are typically delivered surgically, Asher was delivered naturally and without any painkillers.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak preview of tomorrow's print edition of the Daily Iowan. Tomorrow you can read about how kids are reacting to increased police presence at downtown bus stops.
Plus, check out the first installment of the Daily Iowan's Dance Marathon coverage in print or at dailyiowan.com/dance marathon.
That's going to do it for us this edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Check us out at the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.